Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Dame. Hope y'all excited for this video. If you've seen the title, then you already know what we finna get into, man. Today we're talking about NBA awards and who I think should be awarded them. First thing I want to say is I'm gonna actually end up splitting these videos up, and for the awards that I'm actually going to be talking about: Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, the Most Improved Player, and the MVP. I still want to shed some light on them because I believe that the things that they have accomplished this year is nothing short of amazing, and I think that they're also two players who have become severely underrated. First player that I want to talk about is Jaren Jackson Jr. from the Memphis Grizzlies, who actually averaged 3 blocks per game and was able to come up big with the Defensive Player of the Year award. I think that was an award that was definitely merited for him. He deserved that award, and I believe that it shouldn't have really been anybody else who got it. I just think with what he's done every single year that he's been in the league, he's been able to average at least 1 block. Last year he averaged 2.6 blocks. This year he averages 3 blocks. He leads in the NBA in blocks. So I think it was pretty undisputed that Jaren Jackson Jr. should have been Defensive Player of the Year. And also, I mean, for a big man to also average a steal and 3 blocks, that's very impressive. So yeah, man, I think Jaren Jackson Jr. was a great pick and very deserving of that award. The next award that was actually won by a player, a very good player, was the Clutch Player of the Year award for De'Aaron Fox. I think this one was also pretty much unanimous, only because the number 2 spot was actually reserved for DeMar DeRozan. The fact that DeMar DeRozan averaged 4.7 points and he shot about 40% in the clutch time is amazing. But De'Aaron Fox averaged 5 points in clutch time and he shot 53% from the field, which is absolutely insane. There's some players in the league who they might only score about 8 points in like 20 minutes, and he's scoring 5 points in 2. So, you know, it's definitely super impressive, especially at the time of the game. He has the most points. He has 194 clutch points. We haven't even counted the other games that he just played. And so 194 clutch points, I think it's pretty safe to say that he is our 2023 Clutch Player of the Year in the NBA. Now, on to my actual picks. I'm going to do 2 of them today. I'm going to do 2 of them tomorrow. And then I'm going to release who I think is the 2023 NBA MVP on Saturday. I'm not going to tell you guys who I'm going to what awards I'm going to do for tomorrow because I want to make it a surprise. I want y'all to be surprised. But starting off with today, man, we're going to talk about the Rookie of the Year and we're going to talk about the Coach of the Year and who do I think are deserving and should win those awards. A lot of you guys are probably like, oh man, the Rookie of the Year, man, it's not debatable. It's not. If you watch basketball, I will say Jalen Williams has had one of the best rookie seasons that I've seen in a long time. I don't really believe that Jalen Williams was supposed to be as good as he is, even though he did go pretty high in the draft. This dude literally averages 17 points as a rookie. He's doing these things on a OKC team who actually ended up making the playoffs. I think that if you wanted to make a debate for Rookie of the Year, and you wanted to debate the person that I'm actually going to name who was the winner in my opinion, I think you can have a great argument because of the fact that he's really been very, very good. I mean, I've watched him a lot this season because I actually make a lot of bets on OKC because, you know what I'm saying, I like OKC. They're a good squad. I love Shai. I love the way he plays. If you guys haven't seen my NBA ranking videos, you will see where I ranked him on my shooting guard list. Make sure y'all go watch that. Shai's masterclass performances in almost every single game, and then you add on Jalen Williams bringing a great spark from a rookie. Lou Dort, the other Jalen Williams, J.A.Y. You got Isaiah Joe coming off the bench. Chet Holmgren is going to be there next year. And I think one of the reasons that they can be really dangerous is because of Jalen Williams. And so Jalen Williams is sadly my number 2 spot, because at my number 1 spot, I have Paolo Banchero. And I have Paolo Banchero because I just simply think Paolo is one of the most dominant rookies we've seen in a very long time. We're talking about a dude who literally averages 20 points per game as a rookie. He averages 7 rebounds per game and 3 assists, and he shoots about 40. He doesn't have the greatest shooting percentage, I'm gonna be honest. He's just like 44%. But when you consider the fact that he's a rookie and he plays for the Magic, I do think that the Magic are gonna have a big leap next year. I still believe that leap, same thing with OKC. That leap is going to come and it's going to root because of the fact that Paolo Banchero is so dominant, and they're doing a great job building around him. And you have Markelle Fultz having an amazing season this year compared to his others. Cole Anthony, who I think will be emerging next year. Jalen Suggs, who I think will also be getting more in tune with his game. And so you have all of these pieces, and it makes it even better because you have Paolo Banchero, who's just already dominant at such a young age. And so, yeah, man, Paolo Banchero is my rookie of the year. You guys can tell me who y'all think y'all rookie of the year is. I think pretty much for the most part, a lot of people would agree. But I still want to know, man. I still want y'all to make this entertaining for me, and I want to have something to talk about. So, yeah, man. For my coach of the year, I want to go a little bit more in depth. And I'm going to say that my coach of the year, even though I do respect everybody that was in this top 3, Joe Mazzulla, who was the Celtics coach, Oklahoma City Thunder's coach as well, and me at the #1 spot, man, I think Mike Brown, man. I think Mike Brown is the best coach. I believe that Mike Brown has literally showed us that coaching really does improve teams. And it's a lot of people who believe that the NBA is just strictly a players league. And, you know, I don't think they would be 100% wrong, but I think that we need to start giving these coaches a lot more credit, because we've seen teams that have the best of the best players and they do absolutely nothing because they don't have a good coaching system. And I think literally the prime and perfect example of this was the Sacramento Kings last year. If you guys kept up with them, because I did, I actually saw a lot of hope in Sacramento. I believe that Sacramento was one of those teams who, they weren't really good team-wise, but they had really great players. I always loved watching De'Aaron Fox. Sabonis was also on the team last year. They had a lot of players that were there last year, and they are still there this year. Harrison Barnes was still on the team. Davion Mitchell was still on the team. There were a lot of players last year who are still there currently. But even with that being said, they were terrible last year.
Damn.
Coming in with a 30-52 record, and they were 12th in the West. So I mean, even with all of those players, even with all of that, they didn't have the coaching to be able to win. He was gonna bring a different dynamic to that team. He's already been in a winning situation multiple times with LeBron James, with Steph Curry, Steve Kerr. He's been in winning organization, and he knows how to win. He has that championship DNA, and so I think for him to go to the Kings and go from 30 to 52, which was 12th in the league, and then he ends up going 48-34, which is 3rd in the league, is unbelievable how good of a job, not even how good, it's unbelievable how great of a job that man has done in transforming that team. Getting them past an 11th seed in the past 17 years is definitely not something to look past, man. So Mike of the year is Mike of the year. Mike Brown is my coach of the year. And yeah, man, I have a few more things that I'm gonna name, but not in this video. Sorry about that for people who actually wanted to know, but I'm not naming the rest of the awards for this video. That video will end up coming out tomorrow, so I hope y'all stay tuned for that, and I love y'all. Go be great.